Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
Doing good.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Do you want to? So we're with the International Dyslexia Association Oregon branch tonight. I'll have you both introduce yourselves.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jennifer Leowiki-Drino, and I'm a board member with the Hawaii branch of the International Dyslexia Association and the committee chair of the Public Awareness Committee. And this is my daughter.
I'm Isabella.
Thank you so much for joining. Can you, Isabel, can you tell the audience what grade you're in?
I'm going into sixth grade.
Going into sixth grade. And so we've been doing a couple shows with the Hawaii branch, so we're continuing that tonight. And thank you so much again for joining us. And Isabella, do you want to tell us about your bracelet? Do you want to?
Sure.
What time?
Oh, I got mine too.
Um, okay. When I got the bracelet, I was really excited, and to know that I'm not alone and knowing what dyslexia is.
That is so cool. When do you remember when you got the bracelet?
Um, like somewhere in March.
Okay. And you've been doing a project. Can you tell us about your capstone project that you've been working on?
Sure. The Capstone Project is the Capstone Project is like a big inquiry that we do at the end of the year, and it's a project of our choice of what we want to teach people about. And I
Okay.
chose dyslexia to educate people on dyslexia.
And did you present that at your school or
We presented it virtually at our school.
virtually at our school? And so, can you tell us how virtual school has been going for you?
It was really hard to learn because it was all over the place.
Yeah. So it's just kind of scattered for you there, or was presenting online a challenge, or did that go okay?
Um, the presenting online was okay because for like Capstone, they didn't have us like share a screen. They just had us like present it separately to our families, and they could pick what they wanted to look at.
And how was how'd you come up with talking about dyslexia? Had that been something that had been a challenge for you, or was that something that you were really excited to talk about?
I was really excited to talk about it because I knew could help people, and so it was really exciting for me, and I wanted to do that capstone since the beginning of the year.
Oh, wow. Now there's a couple other people that you connected with, right? Can you tell us about those people and what they mean to you?
Let's start back with how it was when you first met with Kyle.
When I first met with Kaya, who was a high school student at our school, um, it was really cool because she shared her story with me, and that really got me open up about me having dyslexia.
Oh, cool. So you guys connected over that bond. And there was another student that you were helping too. Is that right? Is there a younger student that you were?
How you talked to your fifth grade class first. Why don't you tell that story?
I talked at was it towards the middle of the year?
Around January.
Around January, I decided that I needed to tell my class why I was different. So when I told them about that, I
You asked if anyone.
I asked if anyone else would want to do it with me to share their story through dyslexia. And one of my classmates said yes, and they did it with me. And Kaya, the high school student, she did it too, and it was really cool how she shared her story with the entire fifth grade, so they could see an older student's
Wow.
perspective.
So you're teaching people about dyslexia, and not only that, you're advocating for other students that may need help as well. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And can you, so often people come on our show and have questions about school and experiences. Can you tell maybe one of the challenges you had with substitutes and what that experience was like for you?
One of my one of my experiences with a substitute was she had us stay in for both recesses and lunch, and part of lunch to finish our work. And then she had the rest of the class have another break while me and two other kids were doing work.
So you had to stay in from recess.
Mhm.
And how'd that feel?
That felt really bad.
Yeah. Not very effective way of going through the school day, I would imagine. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I have a question for mom because we're getting comments on the line that they're so proud of your daughter for her advocacy. What does it mean to you to see her advocating for other people at this level and teaching other people what her challenges are in
I'm
school?
so proud of her. And thinking back when she was in third grade and kind of devastated at first and not wanting anybody to know this part of her, and it being a big secret, which allowed people to have quite a bit of power over her because she was so afraid somebody would say something about it. And so we've worked really hard to say that it's not something to be ashamed of, that it's a difference and we all have our differences. And by her sharing her differences, it allows other people to feel like just how the organ branch says, you're not alone. And that's all kinds of differences. And one of the big things after she spoke to her fifth grade class is other kids that had differences like ADHD
Mm,
came up to her and said, wow, like it's neat to hear that someone else feels this way because I feel like I'm the only one who's like me. And when I picked her up, the kids were just beaming around her that day because it freed a lot of them and empowered them all.
that is so cool. And if you're, I mean, if you're just joining us, we're talking to Isabel and her mom about dyslexia and her advocacy work that she's doing, and she's about to go into the sixth grade. And I wanted to talk to you about: do you use assisted technology in class? Do you are there's tools that you use? Can you talk about that and what tools you use?
A couple of the tools I use is audiobooks, um, speech to text, and I think that's the same thing as speech to text.
And does that do? Are you finding those very helpful?
Yeah.
Jane Cooper, who's with the Oregon branch, says, "You're remarkable and you have such a powerful story." And I think everyone just feels that from your sharing. And clearly, the students that you're sharing with are connecting with you and themselves in a better way. So you're really changing the game for a lot of people. Um, what advice would you have for students that are going through this?
Um, to don't give up, but also to accept that you have dyslexia.
Oh, that's very powerful. It would, also, so you should know this call is global now. We have people from Australia joining the line tonight, so you're sharing with the world here. And so the rule is you get the last word. You get to talk about anything you want, any message you have for whether it's educators, parents, teachers on any subject. You get to decide what it is you would like to talk about or tell them. So I'm going to let you think about that. Mom, is there anything that you would like people to know about what it's like to go through this as a parent, and maybe some advice you'd have for parents?
Well, it's something that's 24/7 and advocating in all areas of life. And it's a lot of work, but with that work, you can really make a difference for your child and other children. And to find a community to support you, to at times you feel you're crazy, but that to have the people out there that are saying, no, you're not crazy, and you're doing the right thing, and that education needs to change, that there's universal learning for all students so that they all feel they have a place at whatever school they're at.
Completely agree.
My last words is for anyone out there, don't give up on yourself.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join us tonight and share your story because it's so powerful and the work you're doing is amazing. Danielle, president of the Oregon branch, thank you. You're making such a difference. So keep at it and keep advocating and keep sharing your story because the world needs to hear it.
Thank you so much, Jared.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
That was much shorter than